Hi guys, I am tagging around in the background here, so I'll just try and show you a few beads while I bobble around back here, manipulating the names, trying to get everybody tagged. I hope y'all had a very good weekend. We had a fairly productive weekend. We got into a bunch of pictures. That's what jacked us up. Once we started looking at pictures, we sat down and we're going through album after album of pictures from way before Siggy and Alejandro came into my life. So yeah, we took a trip in the Wayback Machine for a little while. But it was kind of fun. We haven't done that in a long time, so that was kind of nice. And then we did our normal chores around the house, but we didn't go anywhere. We just kind of hung out, which is good. We don't need to go anywhere. We can just stay home and have a good time. So anyhow, feel free to share and feel free to invite anybody you think might enjoy having a look-see at the treasures. And let's see. Invoices and basket images are going to come out tomorrow. And the invoices do come from my company, which is Crossroads Imaging. And I think that's the business end of things for right this second. I do want to keep on tagging though. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Hi, Sandra. How are you? How y'all doing? Happy afternoon. Actually, the really good thing about this weekend was the weather. We were able to have the windows open all day, every day since Saturday. It's only like, I think it's like 76 out there right now, so much more to my liking, much more to my tolerance ability. Beautiful breeze coming in, so the trees are dancing away in the breeze. My little kitty came in. I love her very much. I'm not sure that's going to be where she permanently lives or not, but that's where she's hanging out right now, my yoga kitty. Melissa, yeah, you know what? We are pretty blessed. There are houses up over there, but the trees block them entirely, so we kind of feel like we're in our own little world. And then on this side, going way down the hill, is a big, huge empty canyon. So across the street down, there's nobody. And then on our side of the street down, there's only 3 other houses. So we are kind of tucked away in our own little world here. And those jacarandas, I love them. I love them. I love them when they're purple, but I really love them when they look like these fern trees as well. And hey, PJ. So you had asked me, dear, on one of the images, whoa, I'm kicking stuff already, if this was a labradorite Buddha, and the answer is yes, ma'am, it is. So he's got some blue. He's kind of aqua-ish in color. Pretty thick chunks of labradorite. They're 25 a piece. I have this more traditional Buddha. I have this very young Buddha. And this one has green, a little bit of blue, but green gold flash mostly at 25. Again, pretty thick. And then the last one looks like an in-between aged Buddha. Not quite as young as this one and not quite as well known as this one. But this one has kind of a matte finish in comparison to the other two, and tons of gorgeous blue flash. So yeah, those guys are spectacular. And they're 25 a piece. And those are the only 3 that I have. They're pretty cool. Pretty dang cool. As far as any other new materials, I did get in. I got in one little pair of Chara White caps. These guys have got a little bit of green to them. So that is CH1 for 20. And then I did get in the rhyolite. Somebody did claim this one. I need to set that one aside already. But we did get in these rhyolite guys. Quite beautiful. Sometimes it's called bird's eye rhyolite. So basically it's fossilized plant matter. These guys are $7.50 a piece, and I have 4 pieces of this material left. But then I did get in 2 pieces of this rhyolite material, and this stuff is pretty spectacular. I got a trillion shape and an oval shape, and this has some of the red that you see more commonly, but this gray, silver gray color is on the bluer side of the spectrum, and it's pretty freaking gorgeous. So this one is number 2 jasper for $12.50, and this one is number 1 jasper for $12.50. Those guys are super duper pretty. I do have 1 piece of lattice sunstone left. These guys came in on Friday night, and let me get him in the right angle. Little dude, cooperate. Let me try again. He's showing his schiller, but there it goes. That's got to do it. So there you can see the little growth formations that make it technically lattice. It's just the development of the crystals up in there. So this guy is sunstone for $12.50. And then she wants to look, make sure there's nothing. All of these others we have visited, and I'm happy to revisit if anybody wants to. I did get in several pair of malachite cabs that are in little sets like this. So I have the larger malachite cabs for like pendants. These would be great for earrings or for very dainty pendants. And these guys are $20 a pair. These are kind of my favorite. They're very psychedelic looking. And then there are 2 pair of oval as well. This is just a piece of tape over the front. That's not a fracture on the rock at all. That's a little piece of tape that folded over. And then this one is the last set, which is pretty cool too. I like that they were able to really do almost mirrored pieces. So those are gorgeousness. A couple pieces of blue opal in a larger size. So I do have now the pendant size as well as the earring size. So the earrings are $15 for the pair, and the pendant size are $12.50 a pair. There's this guy that kind of has this little tie-dye looking effect going on. And then this guy who's more of a solid blue. Let me get him turned around here. Super duper pretty stuff. So the solid blue is number 1 for blue opal, and the kind of tie-dyed looking guy is number 2. Hi, Tanya. And then the little pair is BO2 for $15. So those guys are kind of gorgeous. And I think that is it on the brand new materials. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, yep, nope, these guys came in too. I forget sometimes. So this is called garden moss agate, and it's got oodles of red in it. The red is from hematite staining the agate material. So it's got the gorgeous green, kind of like a limey green, and then it's also got that beautiful deep red going on. And let's do that without making y'all get too much vertigo. So that set is $15. And then this is kind of gorgeous. This is a material called Imperial Jasper, and it's in very sweet, soft pastel colors. There's pastel green, almost a blue. The gray is almost a blue, taupe, pink, and ivory. This particular cabochon could be used double-sided because the back side has a teeny tiny, like just the slightest bit of a convex as well. So that guy is $12.50. And then on the silamane, I did get in one more gorgeous piece of silamane, and it's pretty stunning material. Looks like an eyeball peeking through the crack, doesn't it? Yeah, it's kind of magic. This guy is Silamain number 2 for $12.50. And then the piece that I did have in the tray is a little bit bigger oval. And it's got some fabulous inclusions. And that guy is Silamain. Should say Silamain number 1. They're both number 2. Apparently, I can't do this when I'm tired. This will be number 1 for the oval. And then number 2 is for the water drop shape. Tanya, yes ma'am. So we have Buddha in labradorite at $25. And then we have a little bit younger Buddha, also in labradorite, at $25. And then the last Buddha is kind of an age in between both of these, like a teenage Buddha or maybe middle-aged Buddha. And he's in a more matte finish type of lab, but it's the bluest of the batch for $25. It's kind of gorgeous material. So if anybody is interested in any of the other pretties in the trays, let me know, because I do have 3 full trays of cabochons. Hey Fiona, I saw that picture of you with Odin. He's kind of spectacularly beautiful. Let me put this one back. He's big though, isn't he? He's kind of a big, I thought he was a much smaller sneck, but he's kind of a big sneck, isn't he? So I'm going to put that in the basket. And then I'll jump into pendant beads, but there is oodles of other stuff all around, guys. If you want specimens or Caribbean calcite pieces or scullies or points or spheres. I have sages, I've got fossils, I've got bones, claws, teeth, and quills, and I've got carved bone and antler pieces. So if something in particular that you're looking for, don't hesitate to holler out, because I just might have it tucked away on one of these millions of trays that I've got up over here. So above the Imperial Jasper, Miss Melissa, these are Udalite. This is Russian Udalite. It's super gorgeous, very juicy material. And these cabs are $12.50 a piece. So I've got a kind of a plumpy square, oval, long water drop, and short plumpy water drop. And then I do have a smaller piece. It's a little bit smaller rectangle shape, and that one is 10. The others are $12.50. Yeah, he's looking like he's a good size. Are all of the snakes doing well with their eating now? Sandy, I know that you were having a little bit of a challenge there for a minute because your one snack wasn't feeling good. But I'm hoping that now everybody is feeling as good as they can. And then she says, wow, okay. So digging in the bucket, I did come across one more bit of petersite. This guy is mostly dark blue. He does have a little bit of that golden petersite tucked in here and there. And he's more of a matte finish than of a high polish finish. This guy is number 487 for $5. Hey Donna, how are you doing? This is a beautiful flower blossom agate. This one has gold and yellow tones to it. She's a nice big water drop. That is until you put her up to the light and she goes pink. And that is number 6109 for $4. And oh, poor baby. So 487 PJ coming your way. Oh, Sandy, I'm sorry. Hey, Rana. So this is golden moss agate. And Donna, the flower blossom is coming your way. Thank you. This is a double-sided bead. It does have slightly beveled edges. This is number 900 for $4. This is a little darling ocean jasper. It's in a really creamy white, soft gray, and like a pastel shade of taupe, if there were such a thing. And then there is one dark green spot there, and you can see the orbs through the creamy white. It's like looking through clouds. And this is number 5289 for 5. And Melissa, number 900 is coming your way. Thank you. This is a pretty piece of ibis jasper. So all of these gray veins you're seeing are actually druzy. This one, oh, she's showing off on camera for a change. This one's not shy of the camera, but all of those veins that you can see through there, that's all druzy material. Hey, Tammy. This is number B471 for 5. This guy I'm kind of deeply in love with. He's a sweet little red jasper. Actually, he's not very little. He's kind of a plumpy water drop. He's tall and wide. But it's just so perfect. Like jaspers sometimes look a little tattered. He looks so perfect. This is number 83K for $4. And let's see, this is a piece of Roe Ocean Jasper. It's in sage green, olive green, bright white, and ivory are the colors of the orbs. And then it does have a couple of little tiny itty bitty vugs. And then the olive green matter is all druzy. Let me see if I can get her to sparkle on camera for you. Well, it sparkles in real life. This is number C729 for 5. This is a beautiful Nipomo coral. This one, during the fossilization process, the coral matter was crushed, so they're elongated in shape. Really pretty. This one does not appear to have any coloration at it. This is number 7037 for 4. Here's a sweet little heart-shaped piece of plum blossom jasper. And this one, the jasper part is in a really dark brown, almost looks black. And then the inclusions are green and pink. And that's number D237 for 4. And let's see. I just want to make sure that I haven't forgotten to invite anybody. There we go. All right, next. You hit the wrong emoji. I do that all the time. Let's see, here is a pretty cool lapis lazuli. So the left-hand side of this bead is mostly the pyrite with a little bit of the blue from the lapis poking through. And then this right 1/4 of the bead is the bright blue with a little bit of the lapis poking through. And this guy is number 611 for $5. Kate, I do have Mookaite jasper in cabochons, but I do not have any in pendant beads. And let me just switch locations here right quick. So these are the remaining cabochons of Mookaite jasper, honey. So I've got this little barrel shape. That's number MK3 for 10. Here's a mostly pink oval. It's like salmon pink, and then there's even kind of a peach color in there as well. There's a dot of yellow. That's MK10 for $12.50. This guy has got the deep cranberry, gray, ivory, and yellow colors. This is MK9 for $12.50. And then the last one is the largest one. And this one has a really nice patterning. It's like the cracks where the light comes in, yeah? And that's MK5 for $15. Those guys are gorgeous. But I don't have any in pendant beads at this time. So we'll just spin back around. Trying really hard not to give you guys the tilt-a-whirl treatment today. Trying to be very conscientious of that. Oh my goodness. And my chair still squeaks 2 years later, and I still haven't oiled my chair. I think it's going to be my trademark. Oh yeah, Dawn, the gal who does it with the squeaky chair. This guy's kind of magical, y'all. So this is a really sweet little rutilated smoky quartz. Her root tiles are both green and gold. And the gold is what you see kind of sparkling back when the light hits it. And then, like I showed just a second ago in the light, the green are the majority of the rutilated bits in here. This is number 4675, and the root tile is $6. Donna, I do have one spear tip. Let me find it again. There it is. I've got it. So this guy I got at an estate sale. I believe it is an artist's rendition. I don't believe that this is antique or ancient material at all. It is made from flint, and the edges are reasonably sharp. It is 7 1/4 inches long and 2 1/4 inches wide at the widest part right here. And she's $40 for this one. Hey, Miss Tanya. Hey, Miss Sheila. So I do have that one. It's kind of cool. Here's Ocean Jasper. The top half is in ochres, that beautiful hematite red, dark green, and a little tiny bit of goldenrod. The bottom bit is in pink, peach, forest green, dark green, and a little teeny tiny bit of ivory. And this is number B468 for 10. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Did anybody have anything fun going on? Anything exciting? I reckon a few of y'all have your youngins going back to school, online courses. I think Miss Stephanie has her youngins going back online courses. This is another really pretty piece of roe Ocean Jasper. Light sage green and dark sage green. There's some pink, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of bright white, and a little bit of ivory. And she's just orbs on top of orbs, this one. Super cool. Oh, there's apparently there's a little druzy action right down here. This is number C351 for 5. And let's see what else we've got in here. Here's a little Ocean Jasper. This guy is double-sided. He's a little plump water drop. He's kind of in a mix of forest and sage greens, kind of a blended mix. And then he's got bright white orbs that have the teeniest, tiniest hint of yellow right around the border between the greens and the bright white. And this is number E302 for 5. And Miss Sheila, E351 is coming your way. Thank you. Let's see what we've got buried up here. Oh, here's another cool piece of petersite. This is a free form. This one is mostly the golden petersite. There are blops of blue through there and a little bit of the ivory coloration. She's a matte finish bead, and that's number E69 for 5. So you've got next week. If my son was still in school, he'd be starting school tomorrow. But thankfully, we're really in a blessed position that we don't have to worry about that like so many folks are having to worry about it. He's graduated high school and he's taken online individual college classes from the community college, and he's been doing that already long before everything got locked down. So yeah, we're pretty fortunate that way. This is a lovely little piece of Kambaba Jasper. She's got a couple of little windows and a little white spot on top of it. This one has a bit more of the ochre coloration than a lot of them. She's super sweet. This is number E42 for 5. And let's see. Hubby took Willa for a walk this morning. Oh my Lanta. You'd have thought he was taking her to get the biggest puppy bone in the state. She came back just so wiggly. I was like, aren't they supposed to get tired on walks? Hi, Bernadine, how are you? She did not get tired on her walk. Oh, can't teach auto body. That is very true. E42. Sheila, that's coming your way. Thank you. This one's pretty gorgeous. This is Ocean Jasper. She's in kind of a very pastel creamy yellow with a little bit of a more traditional yellow. Sage green, olive green, kind of that hematite red and goldenrod. And then a little bit of dark green and even a bit of pink in here as well. It's a wider rectangle, double-sided with beveled edges. And both sides are spectacular. Oh man, look at all that. That's a big old cluster. She is number C40 for $7.50. Melissa, let me see what I can find in the tray, sweetie. Oh, hey, here's this guy. This is a really cool pendant of flower blossom agate. It's in the grayer tones. There is some pink visible. It's about, well, I'm not even going to say it's about anymore because I could be way off. Yeah, it's about 1 3/4 inches, not including the alloy finding. And let me put her up to the light. You can see she does go pink. There's a chunk of dark green in there too. This one is 10 for the big flower blossom pendulum. And let's see. What else is up in here? Oh, here's a sweet little horse-eye shaped piece of Chihuahua jasper. So she's got this beautiful soft sand coloration and then oodles and oodles of teeny tiny dark brown dendrites going on. That's number 4163 for $4. Hi, Sue. How you doing, love? And let's see here. Oh, this one's kind of cool. So this one is a blue-green, goldenrod, pink, salmon, kind of a super pastel, super faint pastel yellow. Where the yellow meets the blue-green, it goes even bluer. The color becomes even bluer. It's got a little vug right here on the front. This is number B487 for $5. There she is. Hey, Miss Sherry. I was wondering where you were, Sweet Pea. Hey, don't you start your marketplace bits next weekend or this coming weekend? It's right around the corner, isn't it? I was trying to keep track, and apparently I didn't do that. Here's a beautiful piece of rhodonite. This one has the greens as well as the pink, and then oodles of dark brown dendrites all over the place. This is number 3984 for $5. Uh-oh, not too much went on, Tanya. I promise, we're moving slow today. How's everything at the vet? Are all the critters good? I hope. Because you have like 6 million critters, don't you? Here's a beautiful piece of tiger eye. It's a free-form shape, double-sided. She's got really pretty flash. This is number E407 for $7.50. $39.84. Is this the one you meant, Miss Sheila? $39.84, honey? So this material is called Choi Finch's jasper. Every jasper, it seems like, has like 6 million names. This is a really sweet rectangle. It's very, very thin, very lightweight. And it's in, golly, looks like 4 different shades of green with a hint, just a hint of ochre running through right there. And this is number D687 for $4. Oh, good. I'm glad everybody's okay. Because your sheeps are too cute for words. I love baby sheepses. This is Picture Jasper. Super delicious. Beautiful shades of sand and camel with scores of bitty dendrites. So this is number 93K for $4. And Tanya Rose, the green magic is coming your way. Oh, no worries, Miss Sheila. No need to apologize, hon. I just want to make sure I'm getting the right beads set aside. Oh, this guy's kind of delicious. This is a double-sided water drop shaped bead of moss agate. And it does still let a little tiny bit of light through, but it's kind of a thicker bead because it's double-sided. And that's number 5593 for $4. Your baby what a home? What baby you trying to rehome? Your kittens? Or, because I know you were trying to find homes for all those kittens, but are you trying to rehome your sheep baby? No, that couldn't be. This one's kind of delicious. So it's a blue-green, goldenrod, dark green, and a little teeny tiny vein here and here of like a hematite red. This is number C902 for $5. 5593. Melissa, didn't you get another one similar to this in one of the recent feeds? I think you might have got one very similar to this already, so that'll be cool. You've got a pair. I do have these cat's eye material apple beads. Now, back in the day when we had kids going into class in person, these would make a really cute little gift for your teacher. So I've got 3 pairs in yellow apple. They all have gold tone findings, and it's $5 a pair. They're kind of adorable. Then I have got pink apples. I've got Connect. Hold on. Ooh, that was weird. Facebook was like, nah, you can't play. So I've got 2 pair in this really sweet shade of pink. Again, with the gold tone findings. I've got well, no, I don't. Hold on. Make sure I've got them in the same color family. Apparently, well, I have 3 green. No 2 are in the exact same color family. They're all a little bit different from one another. But I do have 3 green sets of apple. They're kind of pretty. And then I do have a orangey red set. And I do have this really cool kind of bluey gray color. I am not in charge of the crayon color names, right? But these guys are pretty dang cool. They're kind of unusual. Anywho, those would be the apples that I have available. And he's too perfect to castrate. Where my sister lives in Alabama, one of the local radio stations has a thing called Offer Up or Swap Up or something like that. And once a week, the DJ, he just reads off advertisements from folks with everything from cutting your lawns to selling puppies to all kind of stuff. And Sherry, those blue apples are yours. Thank you, darling. Hi, Jason. Hi, Joyce. Maybe that would be an avenue to explore, since Marketplace on Facebook, they're really wonky about letting you sell any kind of livestock, even though that's what we do with livestock. So it's kind of random. Let me move some of these bigger beads up over out of the way and do a little digging back here. Here's another pretty golden moss agate. This one is in a horse eye shape. How you doing, Jason? How you doing, Miss Joyce? This is number 3060 for $4. I'm going to move some of these guys into the basket so I don't knock things down, because that's what I've been doing of late. Oh, look, I wanted to show this guy off. He's been with me practically from the beginning. He came in one of the first flats I bought when I felt like my little shop was getting grown up and I could buy a whole flat of material at one time. And this guy is gorgeous. So he's prey knight, botryoidal prey knight, sitting on a big old hunk of tourmaline, but he's also got some kind of extra little brighter green magic going on in there as well. He's kind of spectacular. When I first saw him, he makes me think of Admiral Akbar from Star Wars, the fish guy, right? It's kind of a cool specimen. He does stand. Whoops. There he goes. He does stand when he's not leaning on another rock. And he's kind of just spectacular. So he is 30 for this big, gorgeous prey knight and tourmaline specimen. Look at him glitter away back there. He's kind of amazing. Those botryoidal bits are just like perfect. You just want to pluck them off, but you cannot. Well, you probably could, but I'm not going to. But I think they're kind of precious. Good and a long work day. I was putting together a little bundle for my cousin Melanie, and while I was doing that, I thought, I could offer something along those lines. So I have a few more of these little 2-inch vials. That doesn't count the cork in the top. And I have a few different types of chunky material. These are little polished tumbles on the bottom. And then when we get to the pink and green up at the top, those are tourmaline chips. So I've got amethyst, Cape amethyst, rose quartz, clear quartz, aquamarine, and then an assortment of tourmaline chips up in there. Boop. And I can do a vial like this for you for $12.50, and I do have a pretty okay assortment of material. Let me move them out from under the hematite. Oh, that hematite's too heavy to lift with one arm. Dang, hematite's heavy, y'all. So what I can add in the jars would be smoky quartz, Cape amethyst, clear quartz, amethyst, prehnite with tourmaline, aquamarine rose quartz, and then I do have enough to do one vial that has a layer of fluorite, carnelian, little bitty teeny tiny anthill garnets, and onyx. So I can do those in layers in these vials for you for $12.50. I'll move that up out of the way. Oh, hey, pendulums are up under there. So these guys are $7.50 a piece for the pendulums. These soapstone scullies are $5 a piece. But in the pendulums, I have got blue crazy lace, rose quartz. I have got at least one Merkaba. I thought I had more, but there's at least one Merkaba in lapis lazuli. This is a cool chevron amethyst. This is an ocean jasper. I've got a couple in sodalite. Actually, I have 3 in sodalite. I do have another blue crazy lace, Nipomo coral, picture jasper, nice deep green moss agate, another kind of yellow toned crazy lace, tiger's eye, snowflake obsidian. Oh, there's a kind of a pink tone crazy lace and a gray toned crazy lace. So those guys all are available. Most of them do have an alloy chain, and then they do have alloy charms on them, like this one is rutilated quartz, has this pretty little like flower basket dangling off there. $7.50, Tanya, and that one has got a super cute little teddy bear charm tangling off the end of it. It's kind of beautiful. It doesn't appear to be dyed. I think that is naturally occurring. I don't see any stippling in it. The amethyst The amethyst I thought was really, really pretty charm. It's a bigger charm on the end, and it's angel wings making a heart. Okay, the pink one it is. You've got it. And Stephanie, the Merkaba, that's lapis lazuli with an alloy finding, sweetie. How do Cheryl? Actually, it's just repeating it day after day after day. Practice and repetition, sweetie. Practice and repetition. Because when I first started, I might have could told you what maybe a fossil was, but I didn't have the breadth of knowledge that I have now, and I'm learning every day. Still, every day, learning. Let's see. Just want to make sure there. Oh, this guy is kind of a brass toned cross on the grayer crazy lace. Has a brass toned cross. Oops, there we go. So that's kind of the yellow one. And then the blues, this one has a wing. And then the other blue is right down here. Oh, of course it's got a knot. No, it's not. It's just that it's got a large charm that's dangling off everybody. This one also has a large charm. It's a brass toned, like a Camilla. Sue, I'm in my second year now of selling rocks. I have loved rocks since I was little, but I'm in my second year of selling them. And then let me just double check that I didn't miss any. Yeah, well, yeah, no. Hold on. Let me look at this one under the light a little better. I think this is also going to be a crazy lace, honey. I thought it was Nipomo coral, but it's got an awful lot of veins to be Nipomo coral. I think this is a yellow-toned crazy lace as well. But she does have a couple of really cool little druzy pockets with a feather charm dangling off. And I think that is, here's a yellow-toned one of crazy lace. Super cool banding right up here. And she's got a no charm, so you can add whatever charm you want to her. Kind of cool. So those are the crazy laces, sweetie. But that's the amethyst, sodalite, ocean jasper. The moss agate is quite pretty. Lots of light comes through that pretty one. And it's got a little gold tone crossed with turquoise colored sparkles in it. It's very sparkly. So I'm going to just set those guys down, but they are available. Just because it's not in front of the camera doesn't mean it's not available for purchase. I just don't have enough room for everything. So I'll put that right up over there. The moss agate is pretty delicious, Tanya. I love the material moss agate. Tanya, you weren't here a minute ago. I did get these really cool pair in of garden moss agate. Hi, Cheryl. These guys are amazing. Look at all the red in this one. Let me get a good grip on it. Look at all the red in there. Oh my gourd. That's so pretty. Miss Barbara, hey, Sugar Booger. This pair is $15. It's the only pair, actually it's the only bit of that material I have at the moment, but it is breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. So yeah, I've been getting some really spectacular cabochons in. I ordered a few more over the weekend, so I think in about 10 days, 2 weeks, they should get here, and I'll have even more different materials to offer up to y'all, because I'm kind of excited that while I can't seem to get any pendant beads in, I'm not really having any trouble getting cabochons in, so at least I still have new bits to offer y'all. This guy is a piece of green aventurine. It's a little cattywampus triangle, double-sided. This side has what looks like somebody might have tried to drill a hole right there and then changed their mind for whatever reason. So he's kind of marred on this side. But on this side, no such trouble. This is number 984 for $4. It really is fascinating, Jason. And I saw a material when I went to Quartzsite that I'm one of these days when I'm a billionaire, I'm going to buy. It's called Cheetah Jasper. And man, is it crazy gorgeous. It's delicious. This is a really pretty Nipomo coral. This one has started to agatize, so the grayish material that you're seeing is where the fossil has actually started to go agate. This little curved like crescent bit right there is actually kind of druzy. So this is number 5832 for $4. And I'm looking around, I want to make sure. Nope, I didn't get any new specimens in, unfortunately. One of these days, I did order, you guys, get ready, they'll be here within 5 days, 2 pieces of shufa. I'm so in love with that material, but it's kind of on the spendier side, so I can't buy like 30 pieces at a time, but I found a source that had 2 gorgeous pieces, so I'm very excited. This is a really pretty ocean jasper heart. She's got some goldenrod and yellow, pink and salmon, and a bit of dark green, and that goldenrod again over on this side with some ivory colored little orbs. This is number C956 for $5. You know, I never actually thought I would be able to just look at these trays of stuff and start rattling off names of material. There is so much. But the really cool thing is that a lot of you all know way more than I do and share your information too. So I'm able to like enhance my my knowledge. Look at this gorgeous bit. This is Sugilite. She's so pretty. And she's one of the $20 size scullies. Isn't she precious? And then I did order this weekend, I have the big pyrite guy. I ordered a pyrite in this size too, so I'll have a smaller pyrite to offer. And C956, Miss Melissa, that one's coming your way. Thank you. And let's see what else we've got up in here. Alrighty. Here is a pretty piece of Roa Ocean Jasper. This one is in dark green and olive green with bright white orbs and skadoodles of bright white orbs. There's a druzy little vug right here. And this is number A698 for $5. And then, let's see, I do have still these little charms that came in. So, once upon a time, I thought I was going to make a bracelet because my son was so into outer space when he was a younger guy. So I bought some astronauts and rocket ships, but he's 21 almost, and he's past that stage of mom wearing charms that appeal to his interests. So these guys are $2.50 a piece. There's the 2 astronauts and the 4 rocket ships. These guys are a silver-toned alloy, and they're available individually. You don't have to buy the whole set. So each charm is $2.50. Let's see who's under. Oh, here's another really pretty striped agate. This one's done in like amber and orange tones, and the druzy pocket up here picked up some of that brighter orange. Very sparkly. Between the solid agate and the druzy pocket, is an entire little layer of dendrites. So you can see those dark brown little polka dots. Those are dendrites right along the, right along the edge of the druzy, between the druzy and the solid agate. And this guy is number E460 for $7.50. This is a very cool dendritic jasper. It's got kind of like ochre tones, dark gray and brown tones. And it is number 12F for $4 for the dendritic jasper. Hey Autumn, here is a heart-shaped bit of Nipomo coral. This one does have a little bit of a yellow coloration added. This is number D448 for $4. This guy is serpentine. It's a free-form shape that has these little, they're not really bevels. It's not really facets either. They're a febble. That's what they are. It's a cross between a facet and a bevel. Kind of gives it a little extra pizzazz. Alloy finding, and it is double-sided. This is $5 for the serpentine. Here's a very, very dark blue lapis lazuli. You can see the pyrite sparkling, but it's not heavy on the pyrite on the surface of the material. This guy is $1.97 for $5. Do I have any smaller hearts? I sometimes do have smaller heart-shaped bits, honey, but I'm not off the top of the tray seeing any at the moment. Maybe if we dig down a little bit, there might be something smaller in there. Can you do without a hole, Jason, on a heart? Because I did order a couple of hearts. I thought they'd be adorable little charms, but there's no hole at all. Well, there is, hold on. This one's proven me to be a liar. There is a little tiny hole in the top, but no out hole. Like there's no hole coming out. This guy's pretty sweet and tiny. I could do him for like $3 for you if that's something that interests you. It's a little rose quartz, if you like. And Jason, Sherry's order is going to ship out to you tomorrow, the newest order. I think by now you might, well, I don't know, the mailman. I shouldn't say that. Hopefully any day now you'll get the blue labradorite from Miss Sherry. Actually, I do, Jason. Hang on a second. Let me get into... This is my drawer of my junk down in here. It's not junk. I shouldn't call it junk. It's a drawer of magic is what it is. So... let me look at this guy, though. So, like this guy, honey, does not have a hole at all. So I've got one that has a hole on the top and one that doesn't have a hole at all. Do you like them? Let me have a look. I think I have... hold on. Let me open that drawer. I think I have one more in here. Let's see if we couldn't get a set that is of the same... Okay, so this guy doesn't have a hole either. So I do have two without holes or one with a hole. Miss Barbara, no, I've only got the one that has a hole and the two without a hole, sweetheart. Yeah, they're almost the exact same size. These guys are really almost the exact same size. Just a different tone of rose. Get a good grip on those guys together. Hold on. My fingers are not cooperating. There we go. So if you love these, Jason, I can let those go to you at $3 a piece. without the hole. And then Miss Barbara, I do have just one that has a top hole, but remember, sweetie, it doesn't have a hole coming out the bottom. So should I set these aside for you then, Jason? Oh my goodness. So we bought something kind of interesting at Costco the other day. We bought some, now I'm going to say it wrong, so if I say it wrong, let me know, but some acai sherbet? No, wrong. Sorbet. Acai sorbet. And I wasn't sure how I'd feel about that, but you know what? It's actually not bad. And it's actually not that bad for you. So, okay, Jason, you've got it. This guy's kind of interesting. So this is a little ocean jasper under this emerald green shape. It's got some goldenrod, a little bit of red, and a lot of druzy. It sparkles away. Then we've got kind of an ochre color with kind of a taupe. And then there's this spot right here that winks back like it's metallic, actually. So this is number B730 for 4. Acai. You know, I've seen it pronounced so many different ways. Acai, acai. And I don't know. They're all just random. But at any rate, it's quite tasty. For a healthy sorbet, it's quite tasty. This guy's, Miss Barbara, you've got it. This guy's a sweet little Picasso jasper. He's in sage green, kind of like a golden brown, a pastel sage green, and like a chocolate brown. This is C479 for 4. Yes, exactly like Worcestershire sauce. Exactly like that. Everybody says it their own way. I call it the dark brown sauce in the Frigidaire. There is whale? Jason, there's 2 right here. This guy is heavily agatized, so you can see him sparkling away. Very pretty. This one does not appear to have any dye added. And that's number 7222 for 4. This guy that was just a little bit off to the side here is a double-sided one. He does have a little bit of, looks like hematite staining versus dye. This is double-sided again, and that's number 3617 for 4. So this little guy is ocean jasper. It's got a pretty olive green window, bright white and gray orbs. The grayest bit up here almost has like a lavender lilac tone to it. This is number 643 for 5. Is that the one, Jason, or shall I keep digging? Because there is more. There's this little guy. This little guy is also doing the agatizing game and does not look like there's any dye. This is number 262 for 4. Jason, 643. The little water drop is coming your way. And then do I have any more of the grays or light colored ocean jasper? This guy is in gray, kind of a taupe and a bright white. And then on the insides of some of the orbs is a very soft, more on the salmon than pink side. This is number C901 for 5. Oh, I love that these pendant beads are UV reactive. So many of them are. Hold on, let me turn off my bright lights. I should do that more often. Thanks for saying something. So it got dark in here, right? But look how many of the beads are UV reactive. Look at that dude. Yeah, the materials in here, the majority of them have some kind, oh, look at that guy, have some kind of fun with this UV light. Some of them respond better to the low UV and some respond better to the high. Look at that obsidian go crazy. but they all respond beautiful. Look at the dino bone. Egads! Kind of magical. Kind of magical stuff. I love playing with the lights. So let me put that down and turn that on and turn that on. Boop, now we're not in the dark. Okay, next, I do have several of these precious dinosaur bone-shaped beads. These guys are 15 a piece, and as you just saw, they're very UV reactive. They're pretty daggum fun, too. They are 15 a piece. Right here in front of me, I have 3, but I'm pretty sure I have 3 more, probably on my fossil tray, because I was trying to keep everything together. But they're gorgeous and fun, fun, fun. And then we're going to move those guys aside. Who is this looking at me from over there? This ocean jasper was looking at me from under the edge there. He's in. Wow, so he has got some like olive green, hematite red, bright white, ivory, and then goldenrod, big bright goldenrod. This guy is number D777 for 5. Oh, and I ordered this weekend, so let me turn around here. So this is a rough chunk of the blue aragonite. Super gorgeous material. Let me see if I can get that lit up a little bit better. It's a really pretty shade of a blue-green. This weekend I ordered some Mexican white aragonite, and it will come rough like this in like little clusters. So excited. It should be here by next weekend, or this coming weekend. I'm sorry, today's only Monday. Oh, the days, they go so fast, right? So it should be here by this weekend so I can show them on Monday. If not, they can come sooner. I'd be all right with that. Let's see what else we've got up in here. Here's an interesting little agate guy. Let me have a look here for a second. He's kind of different looking. Well, what do you know about that? He's kind of like all dendrite. He doesn't appear to have dye added. Those all appear to be some kind of they appear to be all kind of natural dendrite veiny thingy-majiggers in this little agate piece. He doesn't feel like a jasper. He does have a bit of rough material right on the top. And this is number 4126 for 4. Well, I can show it Monday if it comes in on the weekend, Tanya. If I do get mail delivery on the weekend. Everything's kind of different with mail delivery anymore. I can't count on anything on certain days anymore. It's kind of frustrating. 4126, Tanya. That kind of interesting little bit is coming your way. This is a really pretty piece of dragon's blood jasper. This guy is number B87 for 5. This is kind of a creamy colored gray, ivory, and goldenrod blended bit of ocean jasper. Well, it'll be here for me to show on Monday. I probably said it wrong, but in my head, I was saying it right. This guy's quite pretty. He's got some druzy up in there. This is number C869 for 5. And Jason, the dragon's blood goes in your basket. Thank you, thank you. This guy is very creamy. Ooh, and this darkest gray vein is really on the bluer side than on the grayer side. He's got a big, beautiful druzy vug right here. There's a little bit of olive green up under the surface and a little hint of yellow. This is number 8140 for 5. And C869, Miss Melissa, coming your way. Thank you. This is another really pretty lapis lazuli. This is kind of a free-form shape. Unless it has a name that I don't know of, y'all. Does this shape have a different name that I don't know about? It's not quite a horse eye. It's not a water drop. It's a horse drop. That sounded horrible. As it came out of my mouth, I realized that was not the right name to give that bead. This is number E153 for 5. Let's see, this is Tiger Iron. Oh, my Lanta, I'm on a roll tonight, right? This one has tons of that hematite staining. This is number C809 for 4. Oh, a leaf shape. Okay, okay. I'll try and remember that instead of horse dropping. That's so funny, Dawn. Ooh, look at that. Look what I just found. Hold the phone. Look what I just dug up in the bottom of the tray. That guy's pretty off the chain. So that is ocean jasper. He's mostly all in olive green, but he does have a bit of dark green poking through here and there. He's got druzy all over the place. It's got this cool little heart shape that's rimmed in hematite red. It looks like, look, you know those mom tattoos that sailors used to get that had the ribbon with the heart? Honest to goodness, that's what we're looking at right there. It's druzy in the center. This guy's pretty gorgeous. This is number A329 for 5. A leveled horse drop. This ocean jasper is in grays, little tiny bit of yellows, some dark green, and a little tiny vug right up here. There it is, right in between my fingers. This guy is number B579 for 5. And sorry, my allergies are kicking my fandango. If I take Benadryl, I'll fall asleep during the feed. None of us would appreciate hearing me snore. I promise you that. That is not the best sound. Here's another beautiful Kambaba jasper. She's gorgeous. This is number 1643 for 5. This one does have, it's been polished over, but her top is not perfect. It does have this like L shape cut right out of the top there for whatever reason. For attitude, that's what for. For attitude. A super colorful rectangle just to the left out of view. This guy probably. It's ocean jasper, love. Pretty gorgeous. So he's got ochre, goldenrod, yellow. He's got dark green. He's got olive green. It's got sage green. He's got like an orange tone. A little bit of ivory here and here. But a little tiny bit, like teeny tiny pockets of this blue-gray color. Double-sided and beveled edged. And that's number C675. I'm sorry, E675 for 5. Can't even read my own writing. That's bad. Was that the right one? At least I think that was the right one. Here's a piece of bird's eye rhyolite in a rectangle. That guy's pretty gorgeous. Again with beveled edges and double-sided. And that's number 3678 for 4. Let's see. If we move some beads, I'm trying to reconnect. This material is called wood grain jasper, and you can see why. It does look like wood grain. This is number 6973 for 4. And let's see who else is up in... Oh, here's a nice big plum blossom jasper. This one, the jasper is in a ruddy red color. And then a brighter red, kind of coral red inclusion. As well as some... well, I call them creamy gray inclusions. And the beautiful pock surface. This is number 238 for 4. And who else is in here? Let me just dig a little deeper. Dig a little lower now. Oh, oh, he's pretty. So that's moss agate. Has lots of almost red. It's kind of an orange tone. It's almost red up in there. It's a flat-backed oval of moss agate. And that's number B249 for 4. And 238, Stephanie, coming your way. Melissa, 249, is coming your way. Let's see who else is up in here. Oh, this ocean jasper's kind of precious. He's double-sided, gray and bright yellow with a little tiny bit of, I'm going to call it goldenrod because it's not quite a yellow. There's ivory and then more of that steely gray behind. It is side drilled. And that's number 8332 for 5. I know, the moss agate is delicious. It's such a mysterious material. It's like, how did it get up in there? How does that happen? Kind of like some of these ocean jaspers. Look at the window on this one. It's all druzy. The bottom bit of the window is clear. The top bit of the window is dark, dark green. The body of the bead is in grays, olive greens, and sage greens with a tiny, tiny polka dot of yellow. Teeny, tiny bit of yellow. But all of that lights up, that's all druzy, guys. Look at that. Magic. That's B361 for 5. Oh, here's a pretty one. This is ocean jasper. They're all pretty. I say that with every bead, right? So this is ocean jasper. It's in a bright white, a really pretty gray. You can see this bit of gray right here closest to the bottom chunk of white goes to the blue side of the spectrum. And then there's a couple of little darker green spots. This one in the center is a triangular shaped vug. And then it's got pastel yellows. This is A234 for 5. There's a yellow rectangle right smack in the middle of the camera view. Yep. That is another beautiful ocean jasper in shades of yellows, ochres, goldenrods. Kind of a hematite red, dark green. It's on the pinker side than the salmon side, but it's a kind of a cross between a pastel pink salmon. And it is number E672 for 5. Quite a pretty little nugget. Oh, who do we have here? Oh, the phone. Double-sided. Don't be sided. Double-sided. Let me see what this is. Hold on. I thought I said double-sided, but I might have been talking too loud, too fast, and my tongue got stuck in my eye teeth, and I couldn't see what I was saying. So this is, yeah. This is, hold on. I'm trying to determine what I'm looking at right here. Is it? I don't think it's a rutilated quartz, and it's not volcanic cherry quartz. But she certainly does feel like a quartz. I think it's a hematite quartz, guys. This is number C496 for 5. Yeah, doesn't it, Jason? I was thinking it's a hematite quartz. It really, really does look quite a bit like that to me. Melissa, C496 coming your way. And Tanya, that's little rectangle sweetie, is coming your way. Yeah, it's kind of cool piece. See, you never know what's up in these trays. Well, let me see if I can find... I don't get too much quartz in, generally speaking, so that one must have been in here for a while. But I'm finally getting to the bottom of the tray where we can see it and see some of the magic up in here. This one apparently needs 2 numbers because 1 isn't good enough. So this guy is Nipomo Coral. He's started doing a bit of agatizing, but he's also got a little bit of this yellowish tone that's been color added. So the gray areas are where it's agatizing. The creamy colors up here are the natural fossilized bit. So you've got fossiled and agatized. That is number $44.90 for 4. I need to learn to label all my beads one of these days. This is a pretty little trapezoid shaped piece of ocean jasper in yellow, olive green, dark green, and a little bit of ochre on this side. That's E729 for 5. And Miss Jo, that one's coming your way. Thank you very much. Let's see who else is in the bottom of this here. Oh, here's a pretty little rectangle of Nipomo coral. Teensy tiny, itty bitty, teeny tiny pokey dots where the top of the coral heads are. Beveled edges and double-sided. And that's number $7.48 for 4. This little beauty is a piece of bamboo agate. Natural colors, so the golden, the gray, and the ivory are all natural colors. This particular material comes in shades from bright white to the deepest, darkest purple naturally, depending on the materials that she's got surrounding her. This is number $38.56 for 4. I think I had bracelets in that bamboo agate and the orange family at one time. I need to get some more of that material up in here. Let's see. Here's another pretty gray ocean jasper. Gray, ivory, soft pink, ochre, and sage green. It's got a little vug up here at the top and a little hematite staining right down here. This is number C531 for 5. And let's see, move that ruler. Arrow, snap. Here's a pretty piece. This is a Kambaba jasper. Nice deep dark greens. She's got this really cool lighter tone green, like it's a vein of almost geometric shapes running across there. It's not vugs, it's right up under the surface there. This is number C165 for 5. And that would be Nugget, demanding food from hubby. Hey, Miss Jen. Here's an ocean jasper heart. Super pretty ruddy red, ochre, taupe, and camel colors. This is number D446 for 5. And let's see who else. Oh, that's pretty. This is a dragon's vein agate. The agate is dyed dark brown, and the dragon's veining is done in a fuchsia. And not a lot of light coming through that brown at all, but the far right-hand side there is a bit of clear material. This is number 8586 for $4. Sue, there's an oval piece to the right. Oval piece of what material, sweetie? We've got Roe Jasper, 8586 Melissa. Thank you. Let's see what else is oval shaped over here. It might only be the ocean jasper. That's really the only oval I'm seeing, sweetie. So this is Roe Ocean Jasper, sage green, olive green, and ivory with oodles of druzy. The darker green areas have lots of druzy sparkle. This is number B529 for 5. Next to it, huh? And it's an oval shape. Hold on. It's got to be here somewhere. Do you think maybe it's not an oval shape, that it's It's a different, like a water drop shape. What color is it, honey? And maybe what material, if you know by chance the material or the color. I'll leave the camera right here. You can tell me what is it right next to. Because I'm not seeing a disc shape either. Maybe this guy, he could look a little bit like a disc. This is an ocean jasper. He's got lots of hematite red. He's got two textures, super polished and super matte. This guy is number 1712 for $5. What color is it? We'll keep digging. We'll unbury it. I actually have several pyrite, Miss Joe, to the left. 1712 Melissa. Was that the one that you were looking for, Joe? Before I pass that one off to Melissa. Okay, I'm not hearing back from Joe. Underneath the white water drop. A lapis under a white water drop. So I've got this guy. I've got this guy, and this guy, but none of those are near a white water drop. Is there something else maybe that you're seeing that it might be close to? Thank you. Getting a delivery of critter pieces. Okay, so Melissa, there's this freeform, and under him, this is not a lapis, love. This is a really cool ocean jasper. It's a very blue oceany jasper guy. He's number B844 for $5. And Joe, it was one of the first ones I picked up. Well, let's just pluck away here. What color is it, Joe? Give me a color, honey, and I'll start plucking these away by color. So this is an ocean jasper in sage green and cream. A little bit of yellow in there. That's number C53 for $5. It kind of does look like a planet. I think you're right. The color of blue in this is really, really pretty too. You can't really even confuse it for a gray. It's definitely got a little bit of blue going on. It's quite pretty. Let's see here. C53 for Miss Jen. Thank you, honey. And Joe, below the white square, the lapis is what you're looking... Oh, under the white square. Okay, here we go, honey. This one with the diagonal print. This guy's quite lovely. This is number A314 for $5. This guy is kind of... He's very horizontal. Very cool. Horse-eye shape. That's number C420 for $5. Here's a water drop shape. This one has a lot of that white, not white, ivory colored material up in there. And some super bright blue. This guy is 8183 for $5. And then this guy is a freeform. He's got a pretty cool horizontal pattern going as well. And he's got some bright blue and some very light blue in between those very thick bands of pyrite. And this is B921 for $5. And so we have 8183 for Sheila and A314 for Joe. And Tanya, the difference between lapis lazuli and sodalite, let me spin around here in my magic chair and I'll show you. I'll just show you. I should not pretend to have accents. Whoa, snapdragons. Let me throw the beads on the floor. So these guys down here are sodalites. This particular style of sodalite, the mottled kind of egg, robin egg looking, is very easy to distinguish from the lapis lazuli. First is the color, but then it's so speckly, and there's no pyrite. This one is more of an opalized sodalite, so you're going to find little tiny hints of pink here and there. And the blue is a much deeper, darker blue. But the first giveaway is that the lapis lazuli has the pyrite and the sodalite does not. And the shade of blue is different. It's easier to tell them apart when they're side by side. But they're both gorgeous blue materials, that's for sure. Very, very pretty stuff. And let me turn around here. No, it's when you're not seeing them side by side, it's not as easy to tell as when you're seeing one piece way over there and another piece another day. So it's not as easy to tell. And then B921, Miss Jen, that pretty piece is coming your way. And oh, sure, Stephanie. Let me spin back around. I actually don't have room to roll my chair back and forth. I can only spin it from one side to the other. The oval guy, here he is. Make sure that's the right one, sweetheart. That guy is number 1 at 15. Is that the right one? He's kind of beautiful. Kind of looks like he's dripping across into the darker, almost blue-brown. Look at, so right here, this funny little shape that I see a bat maybe, is kind of a purpley blue in the dark brown. Kind of sick. All right, Stephanie, we've got that. Tanya Rose, what is that little bitty bead right under the onyx flower and it has a yellow sticker? Onyx flower. Oh, the calcite flower on the other side. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. That guy is a peacock. Peacock. It's a picture jasper water drop shaped bead slipped inside of an alloy peacock holder. And that's number E277 for 10, honey. And I do have the peacock in other materials. So I've got like a volcanic cherry quartz, a super dark agate, not even any light coming through that guy. That's a very dark brown agate. Jen, you want that moss agate? Let me bumble back over there, love. And I also have it in sodalite, but these are just the ones right here in the front of the tray. Red jasper and howlite. That's just a few of the materials. I have more in the bucket. These are just what's right here in the front of the basket. And let me come back over here. We can do cabs for a minute, you guys, if you want. And Miss Jen, on the moss agates, this is the squarest of them. Is this the right one, love? This guy is number MA8 for $7.50. But I do have a couple of really pretty rectangular shapes. Free cat hair. Oh, absolutely, Miss Jewel. As long as your groups allow you to share, you're more than welcome to share. Not a problem. This guy's kind of like a little 50-50 rectangle. That's number MA7 for $7.50. This guy has the moss agate bit at the top and the bottom. And that's MA4. Aren't the peacocks fun, Miss Sue? This guy has a super dark gray band on one side and then the moss agate band on the other. And then really cool banding in between. This is MA5. And those are the square / rectangles. So MA4 it is. You've got it. Thank you, Miss Jen. And then we're still trying to find which piece Miss Jo was trying to get me to find up over here. Let's see. This guy's kind of cool. So this is an ocean jasper, super dark green, lots of hematite red, and then kind of a yellow ivory combination orb throughout. And it's a plump in the middle, horse eye shape. So it's taller in the middle. It's number 653 for 5. Whoops, and it jumps. Woo! So MA4 and MA5. They do make a lovely Christmas present. Let me get number MA5 up in there for you as well, Miss Jen. We'll find Miss Joe's and then we'll go back and play with some of those cabochons. It's got to be right here. This guy is kind of an interesting piece. Looks a bit like a nose, doesn't it? I don't know how else to describe that. Looks like a nose to me. This is a golden moss agate. It's got more ochre than golden in it, though. This guy's pretty cool. Flat-backed. It's number E112 for 5. I mean, it does look like a nose, doesn't it? So, way long time ago, back when I worked up in La Jolla, for those of you who aren't familiar with San Diego, La Jolla is kind of one of our ritzier parts of town. I kind of never fit in exactly over there. It wasn't my cup of tea, but I worked over there, so whatever. But on my lunch break, I'd walk around and I'd bumble in and out of those more exotic, more high-end retail shops. And for a little while there in the mid-90s, they were selling glasses holders that looked a lot like this. They self-stood, and then I'll try this. I'm not going to be able to see what I'm doing. But you would rest your glasses on it. You see, it does look like a nose more and more. And they were selling these little things that were made out of ceramic for like $35 a piece. Needless to say, one never came this way. I was like, nope, that's not going to happen. Melissa, gray or white teardrop in the very back, center by the striped stuffed animal's foot. Boop, boop, boop. Nipomo coral. Hey, Tommy. That's a pretty Nipomo coral. It does have like a little bit of hematite color staining and a little bit of yellow. But I'm not sure that's dyed. That may just be a natural occurring ring of yellow. This is number 3056 for 4. Miss Joe, am I anywhere close to finding the piece you were looking for? This guy is not lapis. This guy, he's a dyed piece of jasper. His natural color is this taupe tone. But I can't tell you what kind of jasper he is. It actually, to be super duper honest, it feels like, you know, when slip clay dries before you fire it, it has that kind of a feel to it. It is not, it's not brittle and going to break apart like a slip clay, but that's the closest texture to what I'm feeling here. This is number 8175 for 5. It kind of does, but it's not. It's definitely not a lapis. But and you can see the dye. It's one easy way, you guys, when you're looking at something and you don't want it to be dyed and you find it in a brilliant color, is look for teensy tiny polka dots. And that's your first indicator that the color is dyed, because the whole material can't pick up the dye, and it picks it up in little tiny polka dots throughout, so it looks like little tiny pores. So anyhow, that's what that guy is. Oh, Miss Tommy, no problem. I actually, not that it's not hard to tell in the video, I was actually really nervous about Kaylee having that video camera pointed at me. She did that over 3 days, and I loved the end result. I really, really loved it. And that song is my all-time favorite remake of a classic song, because not everybody can redo something so spectacular as The Sound of Silence, but they sure did. So this guy is kind of a magenta fuchsia toned striped agate. It's a double-sided water drop that is side drilled, and that's number A680 for 4. And Miss Joe, I'm still looking, love. Am I anywhere near the piece that you wanted, honey? Or what color piece was it that you wanted, sweetie? I'm still trying. Here is a piece of dendritic jasper. This one, the jasper and the dendrites are heavily stained with hematite. There's only a little tiny bit of the natural grayish tone of the jasper left under here. And this guy is number 5809 for 4. And Miss Tommy, A680 is coming your way. When I was a little thing, I lived with my great-grandmother for a few years. And I was exploring up in one of the back bedrooms of her massive house and came across an old record player and a stack of records. And wouldn't you know, Simon and Garfunkel was up in there, along with Led Zeppelin. I mean, there were a lot of really good records up in there. And I played The Sound of Silence probably 8 million plus times. So I'm looking for some teeny tiny water drops for Miss Tommy. And while I'm at it, I'm looking for Druzy Ocean Jaspers for Miss Jen. And we'll see what we can find. I think I know which kind you're referring to, Miss Jen. The ones that have so much sparkle to them. And they're like usually in an olive green. Apparently, I've also got a rose quartz peacock up in there. Those guys are 10 a piece. Let's see who else is in this tray. There's another howlite. Oh, and a lapis lazuli. There's peacocks everywhere. Little tiny. This guy's not too big, honey. This is an autumn jasper. He's quite pretty. That's number E722 for 4. Yeah, I loved hanging out at my great-grandma's. She had real linoleum upstairs in the back of the attic on the floor. And the linoleum pattern was old school games like, I know jacks aren't that old school, but there was a place to play jacks and a place to play pickup sticks, and there were other card games and things that I was unfamiliar with that were from generations before. But it was kind of cool. I loved hanging out at great-grandma's. I also loved, my great-grandma's house had, well, it had visitors. I'll just say that. She had visitors at her house. This guy's kind of cool. So this is an ocean jasper, but he kind of looks like he got the greens, the dark green and the olive green melted. There's some hematite red, some gray, a little bit of orange. He's kind of cool looking. That's number 8682 for 5. You saw a smaller white one in here? Oh, snap. I've probably buried it by now, love. Let's see. What type of material are you looking for specifically? Just agates or any material? 8682 Jen, that's coming your way. Miss Sheila, Miss Jen came in just ahead of you on that one, and Miss Sue as well. Let me just push these guys aside. Oh, this guy's little. Hold on, come back here, dude. Where'd you go? There's a little ocean jasper. And this one's in browns, goldens, a little bit of olive green, and some bright ivory. That guy's number 3505 for 5. Let's see. Who else is in this tray? What's little? Usually the little sink to the bottom. I don't know why that is. They don't weigh as much as the bigs, but they tend to sink to the bottom. Oh, hey, look. I do have one hypodermic. This is a little alloy. So for the nurse in your life, I've got one of these little $2 charms. It's a little hypodermic. It's not sharp. I wouldn't sit on it. That might still puncture you if you sat on it because it's, straight. But that's kind of fun and silly for a nurse or a doctor. Let's see. This guy is little ocean jasper, sage green, super brilliant orbs, bright white ivory, ochre, yellow, and a little hint of pink kind of just strewn throughout. This is number 3267 for 5. Oh. What are you What are you? There's a teeny tiny, precious little fetish bear up in here. Oh, apparently I took it off of its screw. Apparently it needs to be re-glued. So I'll add some of that V6000 to this. Apparently I tugged on it too hard and tugged it right off of its little finding. But this is a little, actually a rose quartz bear. He's the very pale pink with his finding, and I will glue that back. And he's $4. And 3267 Jen Kane came in just a second ahead of you, Miss Sheila. She's fast this afternoon. Here's a piece of Acacia agate, nice little water drop. That is number 8259 for 4. Well, let's see what we've got down here. This is a little crazy lace. This is a double-sided water drop, honey. Side drilled. Oh, hold the phone. Am I blind? Apparently this is a cab because I am not seeing any hole anywhere. Yeah, there's no hole in this one. Okay, so this is a cab. This is number E513 for 4. And I'm sorry, it does not have a hole. I thought for sure it did, but no, it's just in the wrong tray. And then 8259 Sheila coming your way. This little ocean jasper's kind of precious. He's in kind of a ruddy brown with yellow colored orbs that have the brown over the yellow. And this guy is number C676 for 5. Hey, Miss Debbie Deb. We're digging in the bottom of the tray. We're looking for little water drops. And we're looking for druzy ocean jaspers. Ooh, so he's not super little, but he's pretty spectacular. That's a red puppy jasper. All natural colors. The bright red meets with the white and creates this gorgeous purple. God, this material is spectacular. This is number 6493 for 4. And let's see, we'll just push things. Oh, this is a seashell. This is a cab more than a pennant bead because there is no hole. It's a pretty carved shell and a pair of wings. And she's kind of sparkly on the back side. This is number D654 for 4. And Melissa 6493 coming your way. Thank you. Let's see who else is in here. Oh, this guy's sweet. This is a little one. So this guy is a little ocean jasper. He's got goldenrod, ochre, and yellow, bright hematite red, and sage green. This guy is E726 for 5. This one's little, also ocean jasper. So olive green, goldenrod, ochre, kind of a peach color, bright yellow. Nice. This one is number 1201 for 5. And let's see. E726 is going to go to Miss Sheila. Thank you very much. Here's another pretty little autumn jasper. And this guy is E600 for 4. Here's a little tiger eye. That little dude was up there. That's number E721 for 4. I am not seeing any of those druzies in here, Miss Jen, but I do have some more beads in the bucket still. And so for Wednesday's feed, I will try and pluck out as much of that as I can. And so E600 for Miss Sheila and E721 for Miss Melissa. Thank you, thank you. This guy's Nipomo Coral. This one does look like some color has been added, and it has agatized. It definitely is sparkling away. Let me see if you can see it sparkle without that. There it goes. So you can see in the grayer banded areas, it's sparkling away, but the pink is not a natural occurring color. So that's number 7366 for 4. And let's see. This guy's kind of little, kind of precious. Ocean Jasper, very sparkly. So he's in sage green, dark sage green, a little bit of yellow and bright ivory. It's double-sided, honey. And it sparkles. Oh, look, there's a beautiful vug on this side. Sparkles all over the place. This is number E309 for 5. Let's see, this guy is a little Picasso Jasper in pinks and soft grays. This is number E719 for 4. E309 is coming to Melissa, and 7366, Miss Jen, thank you very much. That guy's kind of little. That's a little Ocean Jasper. Grays, goldenrods, and ochres. That's 8466 for 4. E719, Tommy, coming your way, love. Here is a striped agate done in dark brown and kind of a coffee brown. A little bit of light comes through that white vein. It's number E317 for 4. 8466, Tommy, you've got it. This one is also a cabochon. It is double-sided. It's a striped agate done in dark brown. A lot more light makes it through this one, even though it's double-sided. It is kind of a thin material, and it is that big clear vein lets lots of light right through there. So this guy is E510 for 4. E317, Melissa, thank you. Oh, well, apparently there's a finding up in here. Oh, here's a smallish Ocean Jasper heart in ochre, taupe, and sage green. This guy is A399 for 5. And E510, Jason, coming your way, thank you. Let's see who else. Oh, there's another finding. What are these from? These are like from those ball chains. Good grief. I don't know when the last time I had anything on a ball chain was up in here. Holy cow. Them some old bits. Let's see. Oh, here is a hematite whale tail. This one has been hit with titanium in a bright blue. And, oops. Had a spare tag on it. Alloy finding. And we'll just call this one tail for 5. And let's see. Oh, here's a little guy. This is a little Ocean Jasper in lots of hematite red with a little bit of cream and a little bit of pink. That's number 5423 for 4. Tommy, there is, you want the tail, you've got it. And Tanya, there's a fat water drop right by a yellow cicada. And it's Ocean Jasper. This guy? Oh, I moved it by now. Probably I did. 5523. Miss Tommy, you meant 5423, right? Okay, good. Gotcha. Gotcha. Let's see who else. I'm sorry, Tanya Rose. Here's, I think, the little white one you saw when we started this hunt, Miss Tommy. It's an Ocean Jasper. She's got creamy ivory, kind of a brown tone, a little bit of goldenrod, dark green, and some druzy up in that dark green as well, and a little bit of olive green and a little bit of goldenrod. This is number 1336 for 5. And right above a yellow, and I moved it around. Okay, so are we looking at this guy, Tanya Rose? He's still there. Look, he's got a swan or a duck right up here. A beautiful druzy pocket. 1336 Tommy. Any big ones in bright colors. I'm actually almost out of the dyed agate pieces, honey. I've got mostly the jaspers left. Is this it, Tanya, with that cool duck/swan shape that has a druzy vug in it? Greens, hematite reds that blend with the yellows, making oranges. Golly, this pretty. That's C984 for $7.50. It's not what you expected. It's better than you expected. Oh, now I'm throwing beads into orders. Hold on, I just dropped a bead down into an order. That wasn't right. Okay, then let's keep looking here. We'll do a couple more laps through the tray, and then we'll bubble back over to the cabochons. But I think we might have fucked out the majority of the little guys in the tray. There is this guy. Here's a sweet little ocean jasper. He's got hematite red salmon, a little bitty bit of yellow. This is number 538 for $4. Miss Jen, that's coming your way. Sorry, Jason. Miss Jen came in just ahead of you on that one. Tanya, no, I haven't gotten any beads in since mid-February. I have not gotten any pendant beads in. The only thing I'm getting in right now are cabochons, to be honest with you. Cabochons and specimens. I'm not sure why there's a holdup with regard to beads versus cabochons. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, just one has a hole and one doesn't. But apparently my orders are all on hold somewhere, and I've got like 3,000 beads on hold somewhere out there in the world of mail shipping delivery stuff. Here's another little one. This guy is dark green, sage green, goldenrod, ochre, taupe, and yellow. Quite pretty. That's number 502 for $5. And then what I'll do is spin us all around, and we can have a look at cabochons. Whoopsies. Good thing I had such a big batch of pendant beads to be backup, right, in those buckets. And my husband was telling me, why do you have so many beads? Ha ha ha. Sheila 502 is coming your way, love. Thank you very much. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is straighten this out a little bit. Make it a little bit easier to work with. What I'll do is I'll rattle off the materials, and if y'all want to have a look closer at any of the materials, you just holler out, and I'll stop and I'll show individual pieces, okay? So let me move things around. I do have one pair of Chara White ovals, and those little sweeties are 20. But I have got some, I believe it's called Mary Ellen. Yep, Mary Ellen Jasper. I've got 2 pieces of that. Palm Root, Morgan Hill Poppy Jasper, okay, my German is rusty, Schalenblende, Dolomite, Wave Dolomite, Butterfly Jasper, Spiderweb Jasper. This guy is kind of interesting looking. He definitely has some kind of a metallic something in there, maybe a hematite, because he's got a lot of pink going on as well. Then we've got some crazy lace pears, mushroom jasper, utilite, carved labradorite, spiny copper with tanzanite, and then we've got some turritellas. These are frequently referred to as bird's eye rhyolite. It's a type of rhyolite, fossilized plant matter. And Melissa, the teardrop, Morgan Hill Poppy. There's 2 of them, honey. Here's the first one. This is number... No number. Awesome. We're going to call that number 1. Oh no, there is a number. What is that? No, that's the 50 cent. There is no number. How terrible of me. We'll call that one number 1. And then this one is number 2. Kind of gorgeous. And then the spiny copper tanzanite is breathtaking. Super shiny stuff. So we've got number 2 is the oval. Hi Andrea, how are you? We've got the little rounded edge square. This one actually has some like hematite inclusion up here. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. That's number 1. Here's the narrower of the 2 rectangles. And that one doesn't have a number, so we'll call that one whatever number is missing. And then this is a larger of the 2 rounded edge rectangles. That's number 5. So that one will be number 4. So we have number 1, 2, 4, and 5. Then we had the tortilla, the bird's eye rhyolite, the blue opal, the garden moss agate, imperial jasper, silamane, rhyolite, malachite pears, the sunstone, the lattice sunstone. There's just this one bit of it left. I did order more, but only 2 came in so far. This is the only one left of the lattice sunstone. So number 4, you've got it, love. Thank you. Abalone, and they range in prices from something this size at 10 down to, I think this little bitty guy is 4. They're backed with jet. That's the black material behind there. So we have $4. Then we have, and that is number, let me turn that, that's AB20. AB17 is $5. Iolate, I'll do that next, Miss Jen. This guy's pretty, a lot of pink in this one. This guy is AB16 for $5. Here's a cool freeform. That is AB13 for $7.50. Kind of a triangular shaped water drop. That is AB15 for $7.50. Here's a bigger freeform. This one has quite a bit of purple going on. That is AB10 for $10. And then the large one again, that is AB3 for $10. And you'd like AB17, you've got it. Thank you. So all these materials are still available. I'm just going to set this tray down. There is that iolite, Miss Jen. Such magical material. So the iolite ranges in price from $5 for the little nuggets up to, let me get it right, $12.50 for the bigger nuggets like this. Every stinking piece of the iolite though has some kind of incredible magic going on. And iolite is a water sapphire. And so the majority of these are in blues and purples, but I've seen them with pinks and greens as well. So this particular one is I-40 for $12.50. And then here's another big one. Look at the veins. There's some pink. You can see the one pink flashing back. This guy is I-42 for $12.50. Here's a nice thick one. It's a trillion shaped. And it's I-9 for $12.50. I-40, Jen, you've got it. This one is quite pretty. This one is a very soft blue and gray. There she goes. There's her magic. That is I-1 for $12.50. Oh, this little one's got some attitude. Let me turn her back this way. Come here, little one. Show us what you're made of. There it is. Look at that little confetti light show. So this one is I-5 for $12.50. It feels amazing. I have an iolite bracelet that I wear all of the time, and I'm telling you what, you guys, It's incredible. Now, iolite is in the blue family. Blues are calming and healing colors in general, but iolite also helps you connect to your intuition and your psychic abilities. So I definitely feel that. When I need my grandma to come talk with me, I wear my iolite, and it just helps me feel like I'm more ready to receive her. So this guy is pretty cool. There's a little bit of like a vein of a gold color running right through there. This one is I-48 for $7.50. I-5 also, Miss Jen. Here's a little trapezoid shaped bit. Come here, little dude. Ah! My fingers are not grabbing things. I have still just one piece of lodolite, Miss Sue, in the tray, but I do have lodolite points, if that helps. This guy, come here, there it is. Takes them a minute to wake up sometimes. This guy's got some pretty deep blue sparkle. This is number I-54 for $5. This is a little cattywampus water drop. Look at the colors in her. Egats! So she's got pinks, golds, blues, and purples. Could have sworn I saw a green. Oh, there is some green. There's a little green in this one as well. This is I-56 for $5. No points. The one piece of lodolite I have is this one. And it wants to be rutilated, but it's not. It's just got zillions of teeny tiny polka dots of green for the lodolite. Kind of spectacular. That's D671 for $7.50. I-54 and I-56, both of those, you've got those. And you want to see the bigger oval? Oh, sure, he's pretty gorgeous. This one has lots of purple in it. Let me get him to, there he goes. He's starting to wake up. A little bit of gold in there as well. Come on, baby doll. Wake up. He's not wanting to wake up yet. Hold on. Let me see if I can get him to flash. Come on, love. Oh, there's a little bit. Come on, baby doll. Wake up. You're on. You're on. You need to wake up. Come on. Well, he's being quite shy, actually. But he is a very pretty shade of blue, nonetheless. And there is kind of like a almost a moss agate type of inclusion going on this side that's in the green family. But what a pretty shade of blue. This guy is I-41 for $12.50. And that lodolite Melissa is coming your way. Oh, Sue, thank you so much. Yeah, Kaylee did a really nice job on that. This is another pretty oval, though. This one is also bright blue, but this one lights up a lot more. Ooh, got a little purple going on in there. This is I-43 for $10. I-41 for Jason. Thank you very much. Let's see. This water drop is really dark. Oh, well, she looked really dark till I lifted her up. Look at the blue in that puppy. Snapdragons. Holy pickles. That's incredible. She's number I-45 for $10. I do, Miss Donna, I do have quite a few spheres, and I'm actually not very far from them, so I can show those to you in just a second. Here's a rounded edge square. Oh, lights up like crazy. That is I-3 for $10. Jason, here's a trillion. Oxenfree having a coming apart. She's locked up at the moment, so she's so ticked off. This one's kind of thick, and she's super pretty blues. Really pretty blues. This is number I-49 for $7.50. And I-45, Jen, is coming your way. And let's see, let me move those guys. See if I can't shimmy my chair a little bit further. We'll come back to the eye light. It's right here. But on the spheres, honey, I've got this beautiful fossil. She's pretty incredible. Just zillions of little fossils up in there. It looks like the sign for Cancer actually right in there. This one is 50. I-43. Let me grab that one since I'm right here. Oops, I covered my basket. There we go. I-43. I have got tree agate, chocolate calcite, astrophyllite, amazonite, petrified wood, K2, flower blossom agate, ocean jasper, septarian, and a spectacular golden healer with a great big cat's eye right on the top there. So the golden healer is 40. Oh, look at the schiller. Rainbows! Oh, rainbows are magic. The flower blossom agate is 35. Isn't that beautiful? The tree agate is 30. The chocolate calcite, which is pretty freaking amazing, full of bugs and deliciousness, is 40. Look at all those gorgeous bugs with botryoidal growth down inside there. Oh, look how deep that one goes. Oh, I love little places to explore. The astrophyllite is 35. The amazonite is 30. And the ocean jasper is out of this world. Look at her sparkle. That beautiful vein of blue-gray running right through the middle. There's little bugs all over. She is 35. And the K2, super sparkly. The azurite in this one is really very sparkly. She's very sassy. That's 35. And the petrified wood, all that green in there, is 20 for the petrified wood. And that's the spheres on that table. But, oh, snap. My body's snapping. I do have the Caribbean calcite spheres on this table. And this guy is the smallest. And no, he's not. This guy is 51. He is not the smallest. This guy, I think, is the smallest. Look at those big, gorgeous bugs and those little stalactite growths up in there. And he is 54. I guess that other one was the smallest. No, it's not. This is the smallest. I can see with my 2 eyes. This one is 33. And then this guy, I think, is the largest. He feels like he's the largest. Looks like a planet, doesn't it? It's so druzy. And this one is 57. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, I love them all very much. Get back on the stand. There you go. And then, boop, back to the iolite. This little one is adorable. Look how sassy it is. And it has a lot of that kind of almost brown looking inclusion. This one is I-53 for 5. This one is winking away from way down there. Beautiful little water drop. A little bit of pink going on in this one as well. This is I-52 for $7.50. Here's a rectangle. Green in this one. This is I-4 for $10. Here's a rounded edge, almost square shape. She wants to be a square, but she's not quite there. Lots of pink in this one too. This is I-51 for $7.50. Here's a little freeform, very blue. This one is another one of those really incredibly blue ones. Dude, she's pretty. This is I-50 for $7.50. Here's a sweet little water drop. This is I-57 for $5. Oh, this is kind of like an onion shape. Very light blue and green with skadoodles of sparkles just kind of running through there. They're being shy. I know, I saw them just a second ago running through. There we go. It kind of runs through there and it's like, you can't catch me twice. I'm the gingerbread rock. There we go. This is I-55 for $5. Here's another nice big freeform. And that is I-60 for $10. Water drop. That is I-64 for $12.50. Hey, Miss Lori. Here's another little oval. We're looking at some iolite, Miss Lori. Oh, there we go. Light it up, girl. That is I-47 for $10. Oh, no worries. You can always re-watch and then send me a PM. Oh, look at you. This one decided it would be a really cool thing to only show once. There it goes, once in a while. It's got incredible flash, but it's got to catch the light. That is I-58 for $10. And then last but not least is I-2 for $10. Do I see Melissa? I saw Melissa ask how much for the flower blossom agate and how much for the tree agate, but I really don't have any comments at all from how much is the flower blossom agate until Miss Lori saying hi so late. What did I miss? Miss Donna, can you tell me what I missed? Because apparently Facebook thinks that's kind of cool to hide comments from me. I'll run over some of the other material in the tray, and if you want to see anything, holler. And if I don't respond to you, it's not that I'm not wanting to. Apparently, Facebook is hiding comments at the moment. So I've got some African chrysocolla. I've got some tanzanite. I've got kyanite, faceted tourmalines, tiger's eye, hessonite garnet, rutilated quartz, seraphinite, thulite. These are some assorted jaspers, Kambaba jasper, moonstone. These are supposed to be rainbow flash obsidian. They don't have as much flash as some of the other obsidians I've seen in the past, but really pretty bits. This one, for example, is $10. Let's see, these are the last two bits of hyperstein. So they've got some pretty cool, there we go, some pretty cool flash. So the hyperstein is an igneous rock, so it's born of fire, and she contains a lot of that fire. So there's this triangle, H13, and a rectangle. There we go, beautiful bands. That one is H22, and those guys are 10 apiece for the hyperstein. Larimar is 10 apiece. Petersite, These guys are 30 a piece. I've got the rounded edge square shape and the trillion shape. The striped and dragon's veined agates, those guys are 4 a piece. The green cat's eye, those guys are 2 a piece. Amethyst range in price from $12.50 for the biggest down to $5. The faceted amethyst are 10 a piece. Indian agate is 10 a piece. Chrysocolla is $7.50, and the chrysoprase is 10. Porcelain jasper is 10. Crazy lace dyed in kind of a pretty fuchsia and purple combination, that guy is 4. Rhodochrosite ranges in price from 5 to 15, and the pairs are 15 a pair. Donna, green calcite. Oh, green cat's eye. How many would you like, Miss Donna? They're 2 a piece, sweetie. They're little sweet ovals in like a bright lime green. And I have 5 total available. And then let's see, rhodochrosite. Okay, so these are azurite and malachite. And those guys are 20. Scullicite is 10. No, I think what you're seeing is the tray coming through the amethyst, Jason. They don't have a gold color to them. They're sort of cool. They're bright purples. They look like little starbursts gone off inside of them. And Miss Lori, I've got 2 that are 15, sweetheart. This is the first one at 15. That is R41, and then the second one at 15 is R40. Those are the bigger ones at 15, but the pairs are 15 a pair if you wanted a pair instead. And Melissa, they're $2.50 each, and just let me know how many and what color family you want, because I've got pinks or greens. You just let me know how many of what color family, and I'll pluck those out for you, love. And let's see, Rebecca is here. Donna, you wanted 2 of these little guys. Let me put these guys aside for you. Thank you, thank you. And R41 it is, Miss Lori. Thank you very much. Let's see, the rubies. I have got 4 of the star rubies at the $5 size. And then I have got 5 of the rubies at the $3 size. 2 pink and 2 green, Miss Melissa, you've got it. The pair that has the most black, these I know, rhodochrosite, you're supposed to be all about the pink and the juicy, but I kind of dig these myself. They've got a bit of that green in them as well. They're really pretty. So these guys are number 5 at 15. These guys are also having a bit of black in them. They're a free-form shape. That is number 18 at 15. These have quite a bit of the black in them and green. This is number 4 at 15. Let's see. These guys have a fair amount of black. These are number 16. Number 5 it is. You've got it. Thank you, thank you. I do have 2 pair of sapphire. They're faceted. And these guys are 15 a pair. This is set number S5. And this last little set of little triangles is set S1. And those guys are 15 a pair. These are ruby and fuchsite. This is the really cool shade though. Look at how dark green this guy is. He's almost a blue-green. And these guys are $12.50 a piece with the, well, I don't have any. I've got other sizes in the basket that are much larger. That would be $15, and I do have one little nugget down here at $7.50. Then these guys are purple chalcedony, ranging in price from $5 up to $12.50. Serpentine, $12.50. Let me see who I might have missed in the tray. K2 are $4. Malangano jasper, these guys are individually priced. So the water drop is 10. The almost egg shape is 10. It's MG1 for 10. The large oval is 18. And the large, close to being a circle, jumping Jehoshaphat, is 21. And it jumps. Apparently, it's a jumper. So those are the materials in this tray. And I'm just going to set this tray down. Oh, forgot about the crusher plates. So these are fossilized fish crusher plates. These fish used to bite off and chew up coral, and they use these crusher plates to make that possible. So there you go, crunch, crunch, crunch with those. And let's see here. Move that down without dropping it. Woohoo! Oh, no, don't you do that. There we go. Melissa, absolutely, the chalcedony. You'd like to see a 5. So actually, I think this is the only $5 dude in the tray right now. That's number P3, honey. The other bigger water drop, Jason, is yours, hun. That is number 40, please. If you can type in number 40 for me, I'll make sure that goes in your basket. They are pretty gorgeous, aren't they? And then a $7.50 piece. Let's see here. Actually have a couple at $7.50 in here. Donna, you want the fish crusher plate? So these guys are $7.50. They are a lighter purple. This one has a dark purple on the bottom. So this guy is P13. You'd like P3, you've got it. And the crusher plate, Donna, you've got it. Thank you. This guy is very light lavender. This guy is PC36 for $7.50. And then this guy, my tag, you can see all the way through at my tag. That's pretty cool. And that guy is P11 for $7.50. And then in this tray, we've got the larger bits of malachite and the larger bits of Russian charoite. Then we have the silver sheen obsidian, the not as gem quality kyanite, moss agates, bumblebee jaspers. They are 20 a pair for the little bumblebee jaspers. And we have P36 and P11 both going to Miss Melissa. Thank you so much. And then we have the larger bumblebees. These guys are $10 a piece for the larger, more like a pastel palette of bumblebees. And on the malachite, we've got this great big beautiful water drop. That's M7 for $15. Here's a little water drop. That's M3 for $12.50. There's a little bit in between them, water drop. And that is $19. Here is a disc. This side has all the action. The back side is basically all that lighter green. This is $15 for number 7. This one is incredible. This one is $19. This guy is pretty gorgeous. This is 17. He's a little thinner than this one. If you're wondering why is there a difference? There's so much bigger. See how much thinner he is though? So these guys are priced out by weight. This guy's gorgeous. This is 16 number 1. This one's yummy. This is 22. And the last one is this kind of an egg-shaped one at 15. And that would be 15 number 2. And Miss Lori, you want 19? Oh, I guess I've got a couple at that price, honey. I'm sorry. I should have numbered them individually. So we'll call the oval 19 number 1. And the water drop at 19, we'll call that number 2, sweetheart. Which one did you want, Miss Lori? Number 1 or number 2? And let's see, we did the bumblebees. Then we have sodalites. I have both the speckled sodalite and the opalized sodalite. And those nuggets are $7.50 a piece. Melissa, the disc is coming your way. Thank you. M3 is this guy. Pretty dang gorgeous malachite. And that one is M3. Let's see, then we have clear quartz. I've got a couple of those. Lapis lazuli, solar quartz, snowflake obsidian. These guys are they're called purple moss agate. I can see where they get the name. They're kind of a more lilac than the regular moss agate, but they're not like purple. These are amazonite, Botswana agate, leopard skin rhyolite. These are Laguna lace. M3 is $12.50, Melissa. Miss Lori, did I lose you, sweetie? What I'll do is I'll set both of the 19 aside for Miss Lori, and then I'll send a picture and she can tell me which one of the 19 she wanted. And then let's see, Laguna lace agate. This is chrysocolla, malachite, and cuprite. These are aquamarine. The aquamarine are $12.50 a piece. The chrysocolla, malachite, and cuprite is by weight. So we have some at $7.50, some at $15. $7.50. I'm wondering if I've got anything smaller. I've got 10. $7.50. It looks like I might be all out of the 5s. Yep, $7.50 is the lowest one that I've got there. Pink opal are $12.50 a piece. Dendritic opals, we've got 2 at $12.50, 1 at $7.50, 1 at $5, and 1 at $10. The Botswana agates are 5, $7.50, and $10, depending on the size. Next to the Laguna lace, we have aventurine. I've got an oval and a water drop set in the green aventurine, and then a little hearts that are in kind of a turquoisey blue. Some delicious red jaspers. These are a amazonite also, but these guys have some pretty incredible schiller. Stephanie, this guy here. So it's chrysocolla, malachite, and cuprite. The chrysocolla is the blue, the malachite is the green, and the cuprite is the brown. And this guy is CMC 9 for $10, Stephanie. Oh, these guys are pretty gorgeous. They're a soft gray. Aren't they beautiful? They're very closely matched. One is a smidge taller than the other, like barely noticeable. But up to this gray band in the center, they match. These guys are number BOT2 and BOT1. And the teardrop, oh, yeah, it's kind of breathtaking, this material. So this is the water drop shaped piece of the Amazonite honey. This is Russian Amazonite. Good to know. Thank you, Jason. You see, you guys, I learned almost every feed. Actually, every feed. I think I can confidently say every feed I learned something. So she's AZ4. And these guys are, I've got 2 at $12.50 and 3 at $10. AZ4 is 10. Then I have some breathtaking ocean jaspers, unakite jaspers, Rosetta lace. These are delicious. These are chrysocolla and malachite. They call it malacola. This piece, for example, is $50 for MC5. And then next to that, I have got a bunch of different pieces of I'm sorry, got a frog in my throat. So these are labradorite. I have faceted pieces at $7.50. And then I have different shapes going from $7.50 up to like this great big guy at $15. The carved pieces of labradorite, these guys are $12.50 a piece. With the exception of the little bitty guy. He's $6 because he's litter. And let's see. The lowest priced malacola, let me look over here, honey. So it would be, these two are at $35, honey. I've got a water drop at $35. And I've got the oval at $35. The oval, to me, this pattern is the most psychedelic of all the patterns. Isn't that insane? It's like totally 1970s. Kind of spectacular. So this one is MC6. And the water drop, I can see faces up in there. I see several faces. She is number MC7 for $35. They are pretty breathtaking. Pretty breathtaking indeed. These are the last 4 plume agates. I've got 2 at $10 and 2 at $12.50. These guys are, I every time I try to say it, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, so I kind of like jinx myself. Varicase. These guys come from Utah. That I can say. They're $12.50 a piece, and I have 3 bits of that left. Donna, you'd like I think what you want is MC6. My handwriting is pretty sloppy. MC6, is that correct, Donna? I have 1 piece of blue lace agate left. I've got some beautiful rose quartz. And let's see, up here we have from the pink down to the yellow. Those are different kinds of calcite. I do not have any pink mangano calcite. I have pink calcites though. And then I don't have honey calcite, but it's a beautiful golden brown calcite. And then I do have mookites. So I have mookite ranging from, let me remember my prices. This guy is $7.50 for MK3, $10 for MK10, and $10 for MK9. And then the MK5, the largest, that one is $15. Okay, Miss Donna, I've got that pulled aside for you then, love. And I think I've hit all of the materials in, oh, no, I did not. Iris agate. These guys are incredibly beautiful. If you're ever in a position where you can have a look at a piece of iris agate in the sun, do it. Do it. Take it out in the sun. The fake lighting from in here isn't doing it justice. On either side of this whitish vein, you can kind of see it going a little bit blue. You're going to get rainbows on either side of the iris agate. This one is I3 for $25. And then this one, she has less trouble showing her rainbows. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's the cut or the shape. But she shows her rainbows much more readily. And this one is I5 for $20. There we go. There it is. Can you see the rainbows forming? Super beautiful material. I do have slices of this material available too that are not, well, I reckon it could make a huge pendant, but they're more of slices to hang as window adornments. And CMC 9, Stephanie, that's coming your way. And I think, I'm pretty sure now at this point, now I think I've hit all the materials that are in there. But yeah, quite a bit of gorgeous stuff. So aside from the spheres that we ran through, I do have oodles of points, and I've got things like bumblebee jasper up to some really spectacular fluorites. There's serpentine in there. There's red jasper, sodalite, banded calcites, ocean jasper, chocolate calcite. And then I do have in polychrome jasper, I've got 2 flames and a freeform. Then here, these guys, this is blue aragonite. And this stuff is really that blue. It's so spectacular. It's very vuggy material. And for example, this one is a little palm stone. It's $9 for BA9. But I do have one little heart left. Look at that beautiful little vug deep into that heart. It's got a little triangular vug right there. So this guy is BA28 for $7.50. These guys are also done by weight, and when they have the more vugs, they weigh less, so it's kind of cute. And I do have one little freeform slab of this stuff, and that's BA5 for $9. And it is kind of wide enough. You could stand it up if you wanted to. But I do have a variety of bits if you're interested in that material. Then, let me move my bowl. These are almondine garnets. These are not cleaned, so they are this kind of golden color, but they will clean up nicely. And when they're cleaned, they look like this. So these guys are $1 a piece for the almondine garnets, whether they're clean or not. And then these are melanite black androdite garnets. They're gorgeous black garnets. These guys are $5 a piece. They're absolutely delicious. And then, let's see what else is right over here. Okay, don't roll over my toes. I have got fossils in that tray, but I do have whole, well, not whole, mostly whole Orthoceras. And these guys are 10 a piece. And they're pretty spectacular. Almost all of them, you're able to see the vent in them. So these creatures would pull water into them and push water out of them. And that way they were able to propel themselves through the water. They sort of looked like kind of a squid with a hard body. This part would be hard. The rest of it was tentacled and looked kind of like a squid. So they're kind of interesting looking creatures. Obsidians and assorted chips. If you're looking for small bits of something, I've got aquamarines, apatites, emeralds, iolites, sapphires, Vaden quartz, winda quartz, all kinds of chiplets of stuff down there. Freeform or a big rough of the Caribbean. I do have a huge rough of the Caribbean. Let me get a good grip on this thing. This sucker is heavy. Holy cow. That's heavy. It's big. So I do have this great big rough chunk that has so much magic. Tons of caves. Oh my God, this thing is amazing. Super druzy. Boitrodial bits going on. And this big hunk is 75. This side I think is my favorite side because it shows all the colors that I've ever seen this material come in, from the blue-green to the bright blue, the sand colors, the darker brown, and almost a taupe color as well. But that big beast is 75. And then I do have some slices. This guy is polished on about, well, the whole back side and about a third of the front, and then it's rough across the rest of this one. There we go. This guy is number 3 at 36. This guy is also polished, but he's got only a little bit of a rough patch. And he's number 2 at 36. Sure, Melissa, I can take that out. Well, I'll have hubby take it outside and show it to you in the sunlight. I won't be taking it out there, but hubby can tote that out there for me. But it is pretty gorgeous. And then the small apatite. Hang on a second. There we go. So these guys are $1 a nugget, honey. And let me see, the bag is closed so I don't spill it. It's really juicy stuff. Look how pretty that is. It's like blue ice glass or something. It's very, very pretty. So those guys are available. I've got quite a bit of this available. It's pretty. Oh, look at this one. Hold on. Hold on. This one caught my eye. Look at the color in that one. Dude. So it caught my eye because of the red, but look at the rainbows in that stuff. Dang me. So the red, I believe that's hematite staining in there. But this little guy is loaded. Oh, geez Louise. He's just a little magic trick all on his own. I'm going to leave him out of the bag in case anybody specifically wants that one. But all of them have some degree of great magic up inside of there. 4 of the apatite, Donna, you've got it. And let me put this in the basket. Oop. Oh, wait a second. I left the bowl. Felt a little light. I left the whole bowl of cabochons over there. There we go. All right. Let's see. I do have quartz in trays number 1 through 12 are different types of quartz. Smoky quartz. I'm trying to remember the name of it right now. The golden quartz right here. Corona quartz. That's it. Corona quartz. I have got metamorphic quartz, pseudomorph quartz, beautiful water-etched, smoky celestial quartz. A couple of these are supposed to have moving in hydros. I've got rose quartz chunks. Those are Madagascar rose quartz. I have got rutilated quartz nuggets. Hematite quartz, tourmaline in smoky quartz, petroleum quartz, mica included quartz. These are called galaxy quartz, and they're kind of spectacular. They're kind of expensive. For a little nugget like this, they're $10, but they're kind of spectacular. I have Himalayan, where is it? Dude, where'd you go? Himalayan quartz, lodolite, hematite stained quartz, pyrite in quartz. This pretty spectacular bit of magic right here. So it's smoky quartz, and it's got apatite on either side and a stack of mica right up the center. And yeah, these guys are breathtaking. So this bit of magic is also extraordinarily UV reactive. So first, look at the apatite go crazy, and then the mica, and then the quartz. The whole blooping thing goes crazy. She's kind of spectacular. So this one is 75, and she stands pretty nicely too. Let me get her to stand. There we go. She stands pretty nicely as well. I've got iron included quartz, blue quartz, polished quartz points from Madagascar, chlorine quartz, Faden quartz. Oh my gosh, what is that? That's pretty. Hold on. Quartz, calcite, and marcasite. That's what that is. That's pretty gorgeous. Ooh, she's sparkly. So this guy is only 35? This guy's only 35. I'm looking at my prices going, what am I thinking? But this guy is 35. Oh, look at that. The rainbow's reflecting off of those little fibers up in there. Holy pickle. So she's kind of spectacular. And then over here, let me put some of these guys down, and I'll try and find that anhydro with the flashlight for you. So these guys are pretty freaking magical. And at the time when I was buying these, I'm like, no, don't write on it with the magic marker. And they're like, okay, if you're sure. And now I'm kind of like, oh, now I understand why they were going to write on it with the magic marker, so that you could see the anhydros going on inside. What I can do is have hubby help me, and we'll move it ever so slowly and find the anhydros, and then I'll circle them. This one, I remember specifically when I was buying it, they said had anhydros because this guy's a double terminated. But I couldn't tell you where in there it is. So hubby and I will look for it. It does have this fabulous crop of calcite growing on the backside as well. And that guy is 75. Then this guy has some beautiful mica on the backside, sparkling away. And a wee bit of green tourmaline. And this one is also a double terminated, but I cannot remember specifically if this one had a moving anhydro. But we'll look for it in this one too, and I'll mark it with a magic marker. And this guy's a little tiny bit smaller, so he's 70. He's just a little bit less in weight. And then this guy is the smallest of them, and he's like looking at ice. He is so spectacularly sparkly. There's hematite in there where you can see the pink orange vein running. And we'll look at this one too and try and find the anhydro. And this one is 50. But generally speaking, what I was told is generally speaking, when it's water etched, it means it was like in a waterfall, for example. That water is almost always up in there. So that's pretty gorgeous stuff. So I will have hubby help me, and we'll search that one for you, Melissa. No problem. But that's all quartz materials, different types of quartz. Then we have chunks of amethyst. Let's see what else is up there. Auralite 23 and Super 7s. Those two huge ammonites have sold, but they're sitting up there safe until the layaway is paid off so that I don't ding them. Then we've got fluorite, smoky amethyst. We've got wolfenite. We've got... Donna, you want the small guy? Okay. What I'll do, honey, is I'll still do the same thing. I'll have hubby help me. We'll put him on one of those rotating disc things, and I'll find the anhydro for you. Circle it with a little black magic marker, and I'll pop him in your basket, sweetie. So yeah, these things are, though, quite spectacular. So that one I'll put in your basket, Miss Donna. Thank you. Let's see. We've got rosacite. We have got some really cool. This guy's pretty spectacular. This is amethyst and goethite, amethyst and goethite. So the amethyst is this pretty sparkly lavender, and then the goethite is this incredible silver. And let me get it to focus. Hey, Bob. Let me get it to focus. This stuff is hair thin needles. There we go. Can you see that little teeny tiny needle? It's clusters of those teensy tiny hair thin needles, creating this sparkly magic going on in here. And so that's the goethite. But yeah, kind of spectacular. So that big guy is 25, and he's number 1. He's number 1. And then, oh, these are pretty spectacular. These are poker chip calcites. So the calcite, when it was developing, grew in these blades that are very horizontal. And then pyrite grew up in and around all of these little poker chips of calcite. Now, the cool thing about this particular one is that the pyrite in there is sort of opalescent. It's got, it's kind of rainbow effect. It's not just gold. It kind of goes pink, kind of goes purple. And the whole thing is, boop, hyper UV reactive. Look at that. It's kind of unbelievable. So yeah, calcite and the UV lights, best buds. Seriously. So this is the smallest of the specimens I have of this material. That one is 50. This is a really nice one. The discs are much larger. And then again, the pyrite is growing up under and in between. And this is a pretty sick edge right here. Can you see all these paper thin layers of discs of calcite with pyrite in between each and every layer? So this guy is a little bit bigger. So he is 60. Now he's kind of cool in that he will stand up on, oh, come on, do it, man. He's not going to do it. I was going to say he'll stand up on this end, but my burlap is, there we go, is not the best thing for anybody to stand up on. So that's I'm sorry, 50 and 60. And then where's the biggest one? Dude, where'd you go? Ruh-roh. Looks like I've lost a rock. I didn't lose it, I just misplaced it. Well, apparently at the moment I have 2 because the third one is not wanting to reveal itself up here in this fustercluck of rocks because I keep putting stuff up in here. I need to stop it. I keep putting stuff up in here and I end up burying magical bits. It's got to be around here somewhere though. Oh, it's a littler one. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, so I do have a littler one. And this one again has, the pyrite has quite a bit of red in it. He's so precious though. He's little. So this guy's substantially smaller. This one is going to be 35. And that is poker chip calcite. That's the nickname given to this material. Kind of gorgeous. Kind of spectacular. We've got tons of beauties up in here, Bob. I have one piece. Pretty sure it's one piece. Yep, one piece of black kyanite. This is often referred to as a witch's broom because of the growth, right? It's the bottom of a broom. But this is a nice big chunky hunk of black kyanite. And this piece is 15. Super sparkly stuff, you guys. I love all the sparkles. Oh, when I ordered the shufa, I couldn't resist and I bought a mixed mineral flat. So there'll be a few other pieces coming, including a gorgeous chunk of vanadinite. I don't have The only vanadinite I have right now is not mixed with, but is sitting on barite. So the orange crystals are the vanadinite, and then these blades that grow kind of like a calcite are the barite, and it's on matrix. But what I ordered is almost, the whole crystal is almost all these little tiny orange spectacular bits of magic. So those guys are going to be coming hopefully by the end of the week. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, you guys, is call it a night. I've been yapping away for a couple hours and my throat is going, you shouldn't do that. So what I'll do is take this out in the sunshine tomorrow and send you a video of it, Miss Melissa. And I'll also look for the anhydros in these guys and circle them for Miss Melissa and Miss Donna. If you're looking for anything in particular and I didn't show it, don't hesitate to zip me a PM and ask, because I do have bins and bins and boxes and baskets and more baskets of stuff over here that I just don't have all of it pulled out. I don't have a big enough room to have it all pulled out. But I do have tons and tons of stuff. So anyhow, I want to tell y'all to have a gorgeous night and a spectacular tomorrow. I want to thank y'all so very much for spending your time with me and shopping with me. I think we have a great little group of folks over in our group, and it's kind of fun. It's actually a lot of fun for me to play with rocks every day and play with you guys. So have a great, great night again. I want to send out blessings of love and light to each of you. And as I've been saying over the last few months, don't forget to take a minute for yourself. I took like 40 minutes this morning. I took the longest, most ridiculously long shower today, you guys. It was like, I must have zoned big time, but it felt good. So do that. Do something that makes you feel good. Take a super long shower or a long, long bath. Whatever it is for you, do it. Take a minute for yourself. So good night, my loves. Take good care. Good night, Miss Sherry.